Hello and welcome to the 2021 BlueWater Parker 425 presented by Gemco. This is a kickoff for the 2021 season and should be an amazing time for all participants. We have lots planned this whole entire year. I wanted to say a few words on the last 2 months. First, let me say that COVID-19 is no fault of the CRIT, the town of Parker, La Paz County, the state of Arizona, the BLM, and most importantly, it's no fault of Best in the Desert. We have all been doing our utmost to work through this and create the best experience for all you racers and the spectators. It has been very trying on all of our nerves and causes irritation along the way. Best in the Desert has been and will continue to work as hard as we can to promote the best races around and offer you a chance to race in the desert. As for the new stipulations for masks on BLM land, folks, this is 2021, and despite what your personal thoughts on the matter are, these are the rules. We have to mandate masks and ask that while in BLM lands, you wear them at all times. This means everyone. Obviously, you do not have to wear it while in the race vehicle, but when you finish, please have one in your pocket, have one of your pit crew hand one to you, or have something available. We will have masks there at the podium to hand you if you do not. But we need to wear masks all the time. Best in the Desert will be monitoring all pits and spectator areas and asking everyone not wearing them to put them on. If you refuse, you will be asked to leave, and if you are in the pit area, your team may be subject to a major penalty up to and including disqualification. You don't want that. This is not negotiable, and please do not make me make that hard decision. Please just wear your masks and tell your pit crews to wear their masks. This isn't the place to have a social talk about it. Now on to the race. I have a few sponsors to thank. First, the Colorado River Indian Tribe, or the CRIT. You've all heard of the CRIT, you've all read their press releases. I have been asked, why do you still have the CRIT as a sponsor? And it's a simple answer, because they're our partner. They have been for the last 17 years, and they intend to be for the next 17 years at least. So please, it's okay, don't blame them. When you go to the Running Man gas stations, tell them thank you for allowing the race to happen. And as I said, they intend to get back with us. The BlueWater should be on for sure, unless of course COVID continues, but with everything continues as it is, they will be a sponsor again. One of our biggest supporters is the town of Parker. They are behind us 100% and have helped us beyond a thank you. Anytime I ask, they say yes. How and when. In return, please support all the businesses in the area and tell them thank you again when you go to the businesses, to the gas stations, to the restaurants. Let them know that we're here and we support them and we're thankful. Next, the mayor of Parker, Dan Beaver. This man is unbelievable. He goes way above and beyond, always has for years and years. He's a personal friend of Manny Esquera, and they're the ones that actually originally started the race. We're kind of bummed he's going to not be mayor starting this year. This will be his last Parker 425 as the mayor. And if you see him, tell him thank you. However, he does intend to stay as part of what we're doing in the background and help us through all the issues that he has over the years. So we thank him a lot. The next is the Parker Chamber of Commerce Director, Melissa Newton. This lady is unbelievable. She is absolutely my rock down here. All hours of the day, 7 days a week. She always says, what can I do to help? Every time I pick up the phone with some harebrained idea, it's okay, we'll see what we can do. And I really appreciate that. She's amazing. And her family for allowing her to talk to me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I really appreciate that. A few other people to thank that are in the area. Lori Wiedemeyer, the town manager. Amy Putman, the town clerk. The town police chief, Mike Bailey. The newly elected La Paz County Sheriff, Will Ponce. He answered my call 3 days before he took office and started working on the race. We talked for like an hour. He said, whatever I can do to help, and he wasn't even in office yet. That's going above and beyond. I appreciate that, Sheriff Ponce. That's great. Thank you. One last major thank you is the BLM field manager for the Lake Havasu district, Jason West. I have worked with many BLM folks in the past, from races in the 80s through today, and in my previous job with the gravel operations, and hands down, I have never encountered another BLM official that works as hard, is as understanding of the off-road community, and will do what is needed to complete a permit. Don't get me wrong, he has a job to do and is very tough, but he will work with us to find a solution. Thank you for all you do, to you and your staff. And the final thank you, of course, is Team Best in the Desert. What an amazing crew. I am so blessed to have been given just an amazing crew, people that you can't even believe. JC standing here that's filming this for me, doing all of our media. We appreciate that. The owners of our company, the Folks brothers, Daryl and Brian. As you get to know them, you're gonna love them. They're just like their dad. And as the future goes on and we get through this, you'll all get to know them a lot better. And tell them thank you for keeping it going. Next, Megan Phillips, my event coordinator. She started with us about a month and a half, 2 months ago, right in the middle of all the craziness, and she's done just an amazing job. Next on the list is Julia Sahlstrom. I have a new name for her. We tried to figure out before Christmas what her position was, because she does everything. And I come up with a new one. We're calling her the ODWE, Office Do Whatever. She's amazing. Whatever we ask, she does all the data entry, runs around, gets things, does whatever. She's the one that did the BlueWater race in October and the Glen Helen race in September, and just jumped in after our unfortunate situation in September and just took care of it and did a great job. We appreciate that. Next, my amazing marking crew. These guys, these are 5 of the hardest working guys I've ever been around. They're incredible. They've been down here with me for a week and a half. We'll be down here for almost another week, running the race and cleaning up, getting everything put away. And to start with, Vern Holiday, who most of you all know, he's been around forever. He's the tall guy, he's about 6'7", just a giant of a man and a great person. He has a giant heart, great guy. Jerry Parsons, always there, running my warehouse now. He does an amazing job. Ken Coram, my friend from California, he's an amazing guy. Next is Guy Louis Glukowski and Rod Lenny Glukowski. 2 guys, we got new nicknames for them. If Guy and Rod aren't already enough of a nickname, but Louis and Lenny, they're amazing. I appreciate all those guys and everything they do. And all the rest of the BITD team members, Keith Permel, Cindy Parks, Dave Brune, Colleen and Art, Daryl Putman, George Anthill, Greg Anthill, Alan and Nolan Rudd, Jeff Landers, Sue and Ashley Phillips, Christy Sahlstrom, Dave Nearbass and Bill Bolderoff from Motorsport Safety, and all of our volunteers and everybody else out there. We appreciate everybody and all you do. Next in line, we'll get to the race. Please, first and foremost, read the FIP, the Final Information Pack. Go online to Best in the Desert, look up what the FIP says, look up what all the other information, read through everything, the schedule of events. There's some changes on the schedule of events, mostly in the time of the start of the race, but everything else is correct on there. And look everything over and make sure that you know what's going on. Day 1, Thursday, registration, tech inspection, Downtown Expo, and please, number 1, again, I'm going to say it and reiterate it many times here, please wear your mask to all events. The town of Parker and La Paz County do not have a mask mandate. They have a recommended mask rule, which means that they recommend. As Best in the Desert, we're asking you to wear your mask, please. We don't need to be causing any kind of an addition to the outbreak, and hopefully we can get through it. Please do your best to keep the 6-foot distancing. We will have signs all over the area. We'll have VP sponsors that supports us with all the hand sanitizer. There'll be hand sanitizer stations. Please do your best to try not to pass anything on. Registration, Tech, and Expo will start at 9 o'clock on Thursday. Please look over the event schedule for the set time periods. You can only check in at the designated times. They're all set for all your class throughout the day. They're like 3-hour windows. Please look at that. Registration, again, like it was at the BlueWater, is at the Parker Senior Center. The Parker Senior Center at the BlueWater weren't able to give us the whole building. For this race, we have the whole building, so it won't be quite as much of a backup. It should be nice. They were great. They worked with us, and we appreciate all that. So when you get there, there's plenty of room around town. You can park, go over, do your thing with registration. When you're done, Tech and Expo. Look over the map that's on the Best in Desert website of how it works. If you have an enclosed trailer, we'll use 11th Street, Tech and Expo. Look over the downtown map on the BITD website. It has all the information, all the streets listed, and it shows you where to go. You'll be using 11th Street for your offload. You'll follow the coned areas around till you get to Arizona, and Arizona is where the Event Expo, Tech, and the downtown experience will start. The downtown experience is put on by the Parker Chamber of Commerce. They'll have plenty of food vendors along the way, some other vendors that'll be selling things, and please support them and do what you can. If you're in an enclosed trailer, please use the 11th Street Road to offload. If you are not in an enclosed trailer, keep your vehicle on the trailer and proceed through the expo as we did with the BlueWater race. I know it's kind of a pain, it's not as cool for the spectators and all, but those are the rules. That's what we need to do to try to keep everybody from just milling around and too many people down there. That way you only have to have a couple people to get your car through Tech and the downtown experience and the expo. When you're done, do not drive your cars around the town of Parker. You will be ticketed, you will be cited. If you did have to unload your car, when you get to the end of the Tech and Expo area, you'll be at California Street. Proceed across the street. There's a parking lot by the Chamber of Commerce at the Main Street Park, which is right directly across California Street. You can unload back over there. Please work with us and work with that. Please support all the vendors, as I said, and make it a great experience for all. The next thing, day 2 and 3, Friday and Saturday, is the racing. Again, wear your mask. Remember, we're on BLM land. BLM land is not like La Paz County. It is mandated, and that is a federal mandate by the state director of for the BLM of Arizona, and he is personal friends with the governor. So we do not want to have any issues with them. We want to make this happen. We want to be able to make the 250 happen in a month. Please do your best to keep the 6-foot social distancing. And again, use hand sanitizer, be smart, wear your mask. So in the finish, remember, you need to go over the Best in the Desert Mesa at the finish and talk to George. Please follow that. I know a lot of people try to peel off, they're tired, they're hot, whatever else. Please do that. We try to get a video of everybody. We tried to do that so we can get on the social media. We can support this and get our sponsors. Our sponsors love to see that. There will be a Best in the Desert van with a canopy and a TV monitor close to it, just like we had at the BlueWater. That was a great thing. We had the unofficial results going on it, and that was near the Mesa. It was a huge hit at the BlueWater, and again, we're going to run that again, so watch for that. Markings. Let's go over the standard markings for the race. Pink ribbon, obviously, for direction. Just follow the pink ribbon. If you see a pink ribbon, that's the way you go. White mile markers every mile along the way. There's 125 of them out there. 126 is at 0. Yellow turn ahead with yellow arrows. Those are on high-speed turns and real sharp turns. Pay attention. The actual turn will be marked with a pink arrow with a green and black directional arrow, left or right. You've all seen them. And those are on the actual turns. That's how we mark, is on the turn and on the danger. Orange danger ahead signs before a danger to warn of upcoming danger, and orange dangers are on the danger. If you see 2 of them, it's an extreme danger. It's something that at speed you'll have trouble with. Beware of those. There's no triples out there, but there is a lot of singles and there's quite a few doubles. Be smart, watch them. There's one section about mile marker 92 with 3 of them. So 3 sets of dangers in a row. It's a really bad roller section. We don't need anybody going through there trying to go 100 miles an hour. So please beware and be safe out there. White wrong way arrows, as always, they're on the road you're not supposed to go on. When you see one, don't go there. Simple. Orange DQ zones. For this race, I don't believe we have any on the racing tracks, and they're not marked on your thing. You'll see them. Don't go over there. It's marked and it's marked and it's marked and it's marked again. There's 2 power line roads that you go along out in Butler Valley after pit 2 that have 2 roads that parallel the course. Don't go over there. It's super dangerous. It's the old course, and it wound in and out of the power poles. Actually literally went through the power poles because they're double H poles. We don't want to go over there. Stay over there. It's marked the whole way. You have no business over there. The course is fast enough, so stay on the course. large metal arrows. They're like 3x2 arrows. We have quite a few of them out there. They're generally in a spot where it's a sharp turn and it's just one more confirmation, so watch for those. And orange traffic cones. Those delineate areas that you don't want to go onto. Don't run over the cones if you see them. If you do, it's a penalty. I have people there watching. We don't need to do that. I have a radio comment. In the past, we've had a lot of trouble. Please stay off of 151.490. That's the best in the desert main channel. We're down here. I hear people on it all the time. Everybody wants to listen. Listening is fine, but talking on it, that really messes up our radio communications. It makes it extremely difficult. We had the situation at the BlueWater race. We couldn't hear. So please stay off that radio. If you have any issues, if it's a major importance, obviously you can get on there. If you want status, Keith and the gang try to give status updates. It's 152.960, and you can kind of monitor that and listen for status updates. But please stay off the Best in the Desert main line unless it's an extreme emergency. Keep in mind, there are over 40 volunteer locations. There's about 200 volunteers out there, maybe more, maybe 300. Please be nice to them. Do what the signs say, do what they ask you. Don't get mad at them, they're just doing their job. They all have radios to me. If you're giving them a hard time, we will definitely talk to you at the finish. Please be smart out there and stay on the course. Now I'm gonna go over major dangers. You all have in the FIP packet, these are all listed, but I'm gonna kind of go over them with you real quick. Mile markers 0 to 4. This is based on the new starting area, which was mile like 126 through 130. Now it's 0 through 4. So a lot of rocks. It's a rocky section. It's pretty sandy. It's actually really fun. Sandy sand washes, some cool roads, but there's a lot of big rocks this size. They will tear your wheels right off your car. Please don't hit one and end your day at mile marker 2. That would not be a good thing. Be a very expensive error. So beware out there. Mile marker 4.9, it's a paved road crossing. You'll have to come to a stop and then go. Be smart, watch for them. That's the road into the pits, so beware of traffic coming in, beware of the guys that are there. Mile marker 17, we have a really sharp left-hand turn with a drop-off on the right. Beware of that. Mile marker 23.1, high-speed drop-offs with an uprise. Mile marker 26.8, pit cross traffic. Watch for the flagman. That's at midway pit the first time. The pit traffic will be coming in. You'll be stopping them, but beware. Just use your head. Mile marker 32, pit 1 at the cap pit. Mandatory stop at the beginning of the pit. 25-mile-an-hour zone through the pit. No passing unless you're pulled off the course. You can pass somebody that's getting pitted. Mile marker 34.3, high-speed drop-off, as well as 34.5. That's another set of rollers in there. Be careful. 43 is a high-speed, sharp right-hand turn, extreme danger. And 44, another high-speed. After you go by the Bouse Y spectator area, you will go down the really fast road out to Butler Valley. You'll all remember it. These are right after the third cap crossing. That's the aqueduct. And they're really sharp turns. They come up on you really fast. We have them marked extremely well. Be safe out there. 46, top of a big old hill. You're gonna go through some hills. There's a big sharp turn that drops off to the right. Pay attention on that one. High-speed right-hand turn at 46.5. And then you're gonna come to pit 2, another mandatory stop, and then go 25-mile-an-hour, no passing in the pit, of course. 53.2, 59.8. There's a gate on both sides. Beware, it comes up on you quick. The gate will be open, but beware, don't hit the fence. At mile 71.9, there's a high-speed left turn. We've had some rollovers there. It's a big, huge berm. Just beware of it. Mile marker 73.1 is an uprise in the road. Beware of that. At mile marker 81.2 is another gate. It's a folding gate. The course lines up well for it. You shouldn't have any problems getting through that one. Mile marker 83.6 is a high-speed left turn into a big dip. Watch that. Then next at 86.4 is another hill with a drop to the left on this one. Mile marker 90.8 Pit 3, mandatory stop again, 25 mile an hour, no passing. 92.4 and 93.2 are another set of rollers, the ones I was talking about a little bit ago, the 3 ones. Beware in there. That's right after you leave the midway pit, not too far, a couple miles. And then at 95.6 is a sweeping left-hand turn that is high speed, real dangerous. Then you have 99.4 is another high speed drop off to the right, the cliff on the left. In that area right there, be real careful. There's a lot of big rocks, big cliffs. If you don't see those, there's open your eyeballs. The next one is 119 to 123. That's the goat trail. Everybody, that's the infamous goat trail. It's extremely rocky, very rough. If you're just smart, you'll get right through it. If you're not, you might be there a while. The next thing to be aware of, at 124.5, you will go through at about 124.2 or so, 124. You'll go through the scoring loop. Watch for that. You'll see the scoring trailer. That will be the actual finish line. It'll be high speed. You'll go down. There'll be a right-hand turn, and then you'll turn to the right to the main pits. When you get through the right-hand turn is where the 25 mile an hour zones will start. When you get to 124.5, that's where the main pit starts, where the fence is. We'll have people there. If you're in the race, you continue through into the pits at 25 miles an hour. You'll follow the arrows through the pits at 25 miles an hour with no passing. At the end of the race, if you're a 2-lapper or if you're a 3-lapper, you're going to go to the right at that spot at 124.5. You'll go to the right. There's a little scoring chute that you'll run through, or a staging area that you'll run through, and you'll come around to the mesa. Just follow what they say. In this race, there's no stop checks on the race course. Everything is, you stop at the pits, but there's no actual other stop checks. There are 2 paved road crossings. You must stop at both. Please beware of those. There are 4 pit areas. You must stop at all those, as I talked about in the above. There is 1 mandatory stop at the Bouse Y. They ask us to stop the race and go so that when you get onto the big road, there's been some rollovers there. The BLM has asked us that we have a stop there. Remember, at the pits, they're all limited area, even the main pit. Obviously, we're not at the Gauntlet this year, not on the crit land, so we're out there at the old pit, and it's very limited space. So please, don't be a hog. Don't go out there and just take up, 5 spaces. Take up exactly what you need. Be smart. If you can park your trucks on the opposite side of the road in the spectator area over there next to the road, the spectators are over by the edge. There's plenty of room to park. We would appreciate that. And again, remember, the Friday guys have to be in there. Saturday guys, try not to go in there unless you have somebody you're working with. And Friday guys, as soon as you're done, we ask you that you leave as soon as you can so that the Saturday racers can get in there. Next on the list, race schedule. Starting for each class, as we spoke about at the pre-run, is 9:15. Guys, that's changed. I've had a lot of different people comment on that. It's all for safety, guys. 7:15, the original starting. It's dark down here. It's not even possible to start then. That's silly. 8:15, you're looking right into the sun and you can't even see. So we've moved it to 9:15 to try to be safer, to have a better race, and we did it for you guys. We didn't do it to try to be nice guys or whatever. We're trying to work with the racers and go with comments that we've had. Excuse me, the Friday race starting will be by class in the order per the previous drawing that we had. 3-lap racers, and this will be the order they will go in: 1,000, 7,200, 5,000, 4,700, 4,400, 6,000, 8,100, 2,000, 3,000, 8,000, and 1,100. 2-lap racers: 3,700, 2,700, 1,700, 4,500, 1,200, and 7,300. That will be how you will stage. You will stage on the old course from the pit area up to mile 0, which is towards the north of where the pit is. Please beware of our staging people, and try to get yourself in the best position based on what your draw was and by what I just told you the order of the classes are. On Saturday's race, starting will be by class in the order per the previous drawing. 3 laps for everybody. The starting order will be trick truck, 1500, 6100, 6200, and 6800. Again, please try to stage yourself as best you can and work with our guys. Closing times. We've allotted 30 miles an hour for everybody. That's about 13 hours for the 3-lappers. It's about 9 hours for the 2-lappers. The closing times will be, you can't leave, if you're a 3-lapper, you cannot leave the pit after 6 o'clock. Pit 1 is 7 o'clock, pit 2 is 7:30, pit 3 is 9 o'clock, and the finish will be 10 o'clock. So you'll need to be to those spots by then. Again, leaving the last lap will be 6 o'clock, pit 1 is 7 o'clock, pit 2 is 7:30, pit 3 is 9, the finish is 10 o'clock. Those are the closing times. You will not be allowed to go out after that. All 2-lap racers is 30 miles an average. As I said, it's 9 hours total allowed. The leaving the pit will be 2 o'clock. Pit 1 will be 3 o'clock. Pit 2 will be 3:30. Pit 3 is 5 o'clock, and the finish will be 6 o'clock. Please be aware of those. I'll read those one more time for 2-lap racers. Leaving on the last lap, leaving out of the main pit is 2 o'clock. Pit 1 is 3 o'clock. Pit 2 is 3:30. Pit 3 is 5, and the finish is 6 o'clock. To be a finisher and receive finish points, which is we have start points, race points, and finish points. To receive finish points, you must complete all laps, all required laps. If you get shut off because you did not make the shut-off time, you will be scored on your race based on how you got to that last position. There's 4 positions that we will have on the course. Pit 1, pit 2, pit 3, and obviously the main pit before, and then the north cap crossing. So we split the last section into 2. After midway, we'll also have people taking numbers and times at the last cap crossing. So be aware of that. If you get to those points and the time is expired or you break down, you'll be scored accordingly. And those will be on your race miles, which gives you how many points you receive. If you have any questions on any of these items, there's going to be a Facebook Live drivers meeting question and answer session. It'll start at 6 and it'll run to 6:30 or as needed. That'll be on Thursday, excuse me. Thursday at 6 to 6:30. That's tomorrow night after registration and everything's over. You can call in if you have any questions. And we'll go from there. A few final notes. Please remember to wear your mask and use social distancing. Guys, it's not negotiable. Do it, please. Remember, this will allow us to continue racing in the future and will allow this race to happen again. And obviously, if there is issues, it goes against us. The BLM will not give us a permit. The Credit Indians won't ask us back. The town of Parker may not ask us back, and it may transfer over to other races. There's other associations trying to put on races and they're having the same thing. So let's all be good racers and do our job. Please be safe, have fun, race hard, and remember, go to BITD to see all the events for 2021. And we look forward to seeing you at the races. Good luck. See you at the finish.